Hello YouTube, today I'll be making a tutorial on my Python PortScanner with graphical user interface using the tkinter standard module library. Let's get started. First we give it our environment path declaration, so hashtag !usr /bin/env space Python3. Next we're going to import some stuff, so import tkinter.ttk and also socket, and from tkinter import message box, label, spin box, capital T, lowercase k, and entry. Also, we want W, the capital W, capital E, all caps end, all caps word, button, text, and it should be all the imports we need. Now we define our class for the PortScanner. So class by PortScanner. Now we define our constructor. So des space double underscore init double underscore parentheses self close parentheses colon. So next we make the GUI. So we'll just call it GUI. It's a TK object. And self.server is an entry. The master is the GUI. The text variable will be server, and then self.server.grid, so it shows up on the GUI. We want row 0, column 0. And we want to sticky it to the west. So sticky is capital W, no quotes. Next we're gonna assign an initial value to the server, so self.server.setVar, name is server, and the value is going to be 127.0.0.1. That's the local host or your current machine that you're running on. Let's see, what else do we need? We need the label for the entry object, so the label is equal to label on the GUI with the text of server address. We grid that to row 0, column 0, sticky is west. Oh, I goofed a little bit. I'll just go back and fix that quickly. We wanted row 0, column 1, and sticky east for the server object. Okay. So now let's see. Now we need a label for the starting port. So we make another label on the GUI. At this time the text is going to be starting port. Grid that to row 2, column 0, sticky west. Let's see. Now we make the spin box for it, so we need to give it a name. self dot start, I guess we'll call it, is a spin box on the GUI from underscore equals 1 to equals 49152. And the value is 1. And then we go self dot start dot grid row 2 column 1 sticky is east. What else? Another label for the ending port. So I make another label on the GUI. This time the text is ending port. And then we just grid that to row is 3 column 0 sticky west. And now we make another spinner. Self dot end is a spin box on the GUI, and then the same from and to values from underscore equals 1 to equals 49152, and this time the value is 49152. Sorry. Self dot end dot grid row is 3 column 1 sticky east. Let's see. And we need a button. Is a button on the GUI. Text of scan ports. And we grid that to row 4 column 1 sticky east. And then we make a text object, so self dot text is text on the GUI. Width is 50. Height is 20. Wrap is word. And then we go self dot text dot grid to row 5 column 0 sticky west. I'll just insert some text into the text so they know what it's for. So self dot text dot insert 0.0 for the starting point, and then we're gonna put an open ports will appear here after scan is complete, or after scan is complete. And then we go backslash n, and then I'm just gonna say hi PortScanner by t-elite, and then backslash n, and not for illegal usage. Standard disclaimer. Alright. And then we're gonna make so they can't stretch the window and resize it. So GUI dot resizable. Width is false. Height is also false. And GUI dot title. I'm calling mine PortScanner. You can name yours whatever you want, though. I like PortScanner because it's a port scanner written in Python. So And then next we just GUI.main loop, open close parenthesis. And that should take care of the constructor. Now we define two more functions. So I'm calling this one PScan for scanning the port, which takes in the argument of self and port. And then try target is self.server.get, open close parentheses, and then now user socket that we imported, so we make a second object, so I'm going to call mine S, and that's equal to socket dot socket af underscore inet, and then comma socket dot sock underscore stream, and then we're gonna attempt to connect to the target. So s dot connect to open parentheses target comma port, and then we're just gonna return true, return true, and then accept, return false. And that's it for the pscan function. Next we define our scan function, which takes self as an argument, and that's it. So for this we go self.text.delete, so that way we clear out the text box before we append any open ports to it, to make sure that we don't overfill the text box and have old scan results showing still if we decide to scan again or scan a different target. So self.text.delete, open parentheses 0.0, comma, all caps, end, close parenthesis. That just clears the text box. So after that, we're going to print to the console that we're scanning the target. Oh wait, we don't have the target defined, so we need to self.server.get, open close parentheses, and then actually I'm going to call the string method on that, and then what I'm going to do is append a ... because I like that, having ... after the target address when it's scanning, just for the printing of it. So it doesn't really matter though, I just like to do that. And then what we're gonna do is for port in range of we need to cast it to an integer, so int open parenthesis self.start.get, open and close parentheses, and you come outside the other parentheses here that matches up with the int, and then we put a comma, and then we call it int function again. And this time we call it on self.end.get, and then we're gonna come outside the int parentheses again, and we're gonna go +1, and then we close off the last parentheses for the range. And I'm just gonna make a comment here as to why we did +1. Range is exclusive, so we add 1 to ending port. That's just so they that's just because if you say you start at 1 and you end at 20, you'll only get ports 1 through 19 scanned, and port 20 won't be scanned. So we add 1, so if they say 1 through 20, it'll scan ports 1 through 20, including 20. And then we put the colon after the for loop, and we come down and we indent, and we go if self.pscan port, close parenthesis. So basically, if our pscan returns true, the port would be open. So I'm gonna print to the console. In case they're running it through a console, they'll get some additional output, just nothing showing up. And you'll see why I'm also including print statements when I get to the else of the if. So we're gonna say port is open, and then we're gonna make a message to put in the text box. So message is equal to, this has to be a string, so port, and then we say plus, and we call the string function on port, so we get it as a string, and then plus, in quotes, is open. And then we go \n, so it makes a new line, so that way when it finds another open port, if there's more than one, it'll put it on a new line instead of on the same line. And then we go self.text.insert 0.0, comma, and then the message, and then else we're just gonna print to the console that the port, and then the port scanned and is closed. And that should do it for that function. After we make a message box, we usually tell them the scan is complete, just to be friendly. So after the for loop completes, we go message box dot show info, and we're gonna set our title to the same as the title of our application. Be consistent, because that's always good. So I called mine PortScanner, and the message. Message is equal to scan complete. And then we just come back to the beginning of the line here on a new line, and then we just instantiate our class. So PortScanner is PortScanner open and close parentheses, and then we save it and we test it. And I had a typo. Label is spelled wrong. Maybe. Or, no, grid was spelled wrong. Label was spelled correctly. Grid, okay. Did I spell grid wrong anywhere else? Let me just search and find out. Nope, it looks like I didn't spell grid incorrectly anywhere else, so I'll try again now. And look at our nice little GUI. We'll just do a quick port scan on the local host. Oh wait, our button does nothing. I forgot we need the command for the button. So we come back to the button, we go here, and we add the parameter of command is self.scan, no parentheses. Okay, now our button will actually do something. Sorry about that. Look at all that output right here. This is what the console sees. And I had an error with the message box. Message was spelt wrong. So we'll just come here and we'll go message. I'm just reviewing my scan here. It looks like all my ports are closed, although I should have a few open ports. Save. Run. Alright, this time I'll scan my Raspberry Pi, so. Scan. Scan complete. Okay. And it looks like there's no open ports on my Pi. That's a lie. Why is it reporting all my ports are closed? Oh, target was spelt wrong. I missed the T. Target. Okay. So it wasn't scanning anything. Not really. Because we didn't actually connect to the target. Okay. Typos. Very, very big deal. Okay. We'll try again. This won't take too terribly long. Scan complete. Okay, there we go. Seeing those are my open ports. It does work. And that concludes this tutorial. Thank you for watching.